All right, welcome back to part 2 of the hive inspections. If you just finished watching part 1, you watched me rapidly egress part of my egress out of the backyard as the bees became less than happy. They're getting in the veil with me, which is not a fun situation. So what I did to mitigate that, put a little bit of tape right here at the bottom of the veil, help keep them out of the veil. That's my mitigation technique until I get my new beekeeping jacket. But so the hive we were just looking at, they were looked like they were hopelessly queenless. I got 3 hives right here. Adjust this so you can see them a little better. 2 nukes and a full-size hive. The red nuke was in a full-size hive, but I requeened them earlier this year. This white nuke right here, probably where the queen that they wanted to put in that last hive that attacked me, because they were planning on, they had a swarm cell in there, which you just split and make this hive, I guess. Lesson learned, they didn't make a queen, it doesn't look like, because there's no signs of a queen. And then this full-size hive right here is a swarm I caught earlier this year. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure, I'm gonna take a frame out of one of these hives with some young larvae or brood in it, to make sure that that other hive can raise a queen. And this white hive, I want to make sure that they have a queen, because they were queenless. They had queen cells. I'm just going to check on the health of this full-size hive. I put this, it's our first year, but I put this medium super on it. They can survive in single deeps here in my location in the southeast. And then this red nuke over here, I just want to look at the general health of it. Basically, I'm just looking to see, you know, are they collecting nectar? Do they have room to lay? And then, like, does the queen have a good laying pattern? Or is there evidence that a queen is in the hive? And I'll just kind of show you what I'm looking at. I got my smoker still going. Taped down my pant legs and taped down my veil so that we can hopefully work these hives, even if they, I guess, don't want me here. So I'm gonna have to figure out though. So this nuke right here, I want to see if they have a laying queen. They should have one by now. Right? If they don't have a queen, then, or evidence of one, then I'll end up combining this with another hive. And then, don't look like there's a lot of activity, so maybe the queen mating wasn't successful. Got eaten by a bird or something. So this is like old honeycomb, so I wouldn't expect anything in here. There's no nectar or anything in that one. So with this older dark comb, it's really easy to look for eggs. You just kind of hold the frame where it gets some sunlight down there. You should see it's shaped, a bee egg is shaped like a grain of rice. I'm not seeing anything so far. Kind of have a queenless hives kind of get this roar. We're kind of talking. This frame right here is pretty calm. But I see zero evidence of a queen in here. No cells, no eggs, no larvae. Got one more frame I haven't pulled. I'll go ahead and pull that. Get ready to close this one back up so I don't get the other two. You can tell they're a little bit frustrated. You can hear them buzzing. So, don't think we had a successfully mated queen in this hive right here. So, I actually probably combine this hive with this red nuke over here, depending on what I see, just to give them some extra bees and drawn comb. But for now, just gonna close this up. And just move on to the next one. I like to typically, when I inspect hives, just have some objectives for what I want to do. Whether I'm just out here looking at the general health of the hive, or like this one, did they have a laying queen? So nothing, I recently put this box on here a couple days ago, so nothing noteworthy underneath the migratory cover, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and pry it up. Just look at the deep. So the problem with working a hive after you work a hive as hot as the first hive we worked is that you get that alarm pheromone smell on you, and the bees are much more apt to find you and harass you a little bit more. These girls are pretty calm. No. Where until you pull out the first frame. Alright, so this frame right here has got some interesting stuff. Definitely has signs of a queen, because we have brood in all stages. So there's some cat brood, there's some young larvae. I'm not going to put this on the ground in case the queen's on here, and then I can see some eggs in here. I'll take a picture and post it so you can see. Also, this one has a queen cup on it. Nothing's being fed in the queen cup right now. And a little bit of drone brood. But this frame looks pretty productive. Look at the other side of it. I see a lot of eggs and larvae. This one right here would be one that, as long as I ensured the queen wasn't on here, that I could take to the other hive and allow them, this would give them the resources to raise a queen in that hive we just left a couple minutes ago. I'm actually going to experiment with some different foundation. This one has burr comb on it. I'm not going to tear it down right now, just because I've been fighting that battle with this hive all season. I don't like to draw it properly for whatever their reasons are, and I'm tired of fighting that battle. I'm going to try some different foundation. But this one, I didn't wax it all, just put it in there as I bought it, which is probably part of my issue. This right here, this will this will be the cell that I give to that other hive that's queenless. Got some eggs down here in these lower cells that'll be easy for them to draw out into a nice big queen cell. So I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna be pretty quick. Just thinking about my plan with the white nuke, because I'm gonna put it in the red nuke after I inspect it. I'm gonna come do like a newspaper combine, and I got some full-size equipment that I'll end up 10-frame full-size equipment that I'll put that in next. I'm gonna take a quick glance, but I can't leave this one open too long, and then I'm gonna have to go get a frame to replace this frame. So it's probably about the end of my inspection video here. Got some drone brood in this one. This is an old foundationless frame that's kind of gotten nice and seasoned. All right. So I'm gonna leave this one like this. Like what I see, they're healthy, getting stores for winter. If they give me a frame of honey in this top box, I'll be happy with that. Take this other frame real quick, and then I'll be right back with a frame to put back in that spot. As you can see, how friendly that hive was. You see all these people that came back with me. They're attacking my arms, my head. All right. Slide this frame back into that one's place. And then, real quick, I'm gonna go get the stuff I need to do. I got a piece of newspaper over here in my shed. I'm gonna go get the stuff I need to do that newspaper combine here with this nuke over here, which I know has a queen. So I'll be right back with a sheet of newspaper. piece of newspaper. This top box on this nuke is pretty recent, so unless there's eggs or anything in here, I'll probably just remove all these frames. They needed a draw comb on the foundation, so I'll take a quick look at it. But I'm pretty sure, yeah. So I'm gonna take all these frames out. So I'm over here to the side. I'm going to take a quick peek-see in the bottom box here, which it looks like it's got a fair amount of bees. And I'll put this piece of newspaper over the top of it. I'll move the frames out of that white nuke into this one, and then give y'all some smoke. Y'all. Everybody seems to be in a less than happy mood today. It's a nice day outside. Oh, all right. So this is a foundationless frame. It's got it's not very sturdy comb. That's the big thing. You have to be very careful. So I typically will tilt this to look at it, like tilt it where the comb is parallel to the ground. This one's our bend. That's one of the downsides. So you have to be much more tender with it when you're inspecting it, so you don't drop all the bees' hard work onto the ground. But that one definitely got signs of a queen there. Young larva. Like I know I've seen the queen in this hive before. I expect her to be on one of these 5 frames. I'm not going to dig all of them out, but if I could show somebody out there what a queen looks like when they're digging through the hive, that'd be a pretty cool thing. This is a foundationless too, so you got to be tender with it. But definitely signs of brood in that one. All ages, capped, larva, eggs. This will probably be the last frame I pull. I've seen everything I need to see about this hive, and as you can see, they're all pretty wound up today. All right, this one's on foundation. We've got some nice, well-fed young larvae. Good laying pattern here. Lots of eggs. Look at that. I like to keep these girls in a nuke just because I was reading up on the Mike Palmer's nucleus colony thing. So I have 10 frame equipment, but I built these nuke boxes out of some 5 frame, some basically OSB. All right, sweet. So our queen's in here somewhere. I'm gonna put this piece, put my 5 frames back in. I wish I could find the queen in here to show her to you. Alright, so those 5 frames are back in. I'm gonna put like a small slit in this newspaper. Put it on right here like this. Put my top nuke box back on here. That looks pretty good. Alright, then I'm just going to take the 5 frames from this white nuke over here. Put them in there. I'll put this white nuke back in my shed. Alright, so now I just noticed something interesting right here coming back into this white hive. There's some queen cups. I can't tell because I can't see in there with the light, but at first it looked like they're trying to feed something in there, but there's like no other brood on this frame, so pretty sure that they are hopelessly queenless, which is the only reason why I would combine it with a queen right colony. Anyways, so we'll put them right here. I'm just going to take this nuke right here, give it a couple good shakes, as for some reason these pro nukes like to hold a lot of water, or the easy nuke boxes. Put the top back on it. As you can see, there's some returning foragers over here that don't really know where to go. They'll find their way back in these other 2 hives. And other than that, if you have any comments, questions or criticisms. I'm always willing to hear from some more experienced beekeepers. If there's something I could teach you, I'd love to. Thanks.